Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about creating the job ad finally. All the things you've been learning in Unit 1, you're now putting them to use. You've collected this information, you've figured out how much you should pay, you figured out what the job tasks are because you created the job description, you've created a pay grid, you've created just a bunch of stuff, and you've decided on your benefits. What sort of benefits are you offering or are you not offering at this point, right? Every time you go to create a new job ad and hire someone new, you should go through this process because things may change. Because each time you hire a new person, you should be making more revenue. Your business should be in a better place. So now maybe you can start offering benefits or better pay. Here is a sample job ad that we're going to go through. This job ad can be found in my Hire Right the First Time toolkit, which is for sale. There should be a link in the description. This is 22 pages of just gold that you can use to help you set up everything that we talk about on this channel and more, maybe more, I don't know. But anyway, it walks you through it like a checklist, so it really helps you. It's no brainer. Just do the next step, right? And this is the sample job ad, and we can look at it here. The sample in the toolkit is convenience store clerk. All right, and you just work through, you just make these sections. Job title, convenience store clerk, whatever position you're hiring for. Location, the city and the province. If you're trying to find someone local, and I talk more about this in Unit 2, if you're trying to find someone local to work for you, then you might want to put in your neighborhood or even the address of your business. And then people that are nearby will be like, oh, I know that store, or whatever, right? But certainly you're putting in your location and all that sort of stuff across there. Job type. Is this full-time? Is this part-time? Is this weekends? Is this evening? I wouldn't just put full-time, part-time there. I would put part-time 3 nights a week, right? Or be more specific. I need you Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights because that's busy, right? And then you can put that down. You want to hire someone for the shift that you're hiring for. Now, if it's full-time, daytime, full-time, part-time, it kind of means full-time is during the day, during the week, but part-time implies evenings and weekends. Weekends, either day shift or evening shift. I advise you to give more detail. What is the exact shift you want to hire for? And that's what you're hiring for. And if someone tries to say they want to work a different shift during negotiations when you're hiring them, it's a no-go, right? You need what you need. The next person you want to hire, you're going to go through this whole process again, and you're going to decide which shift I want covered. You know, before you put it out there, you're going to go to your existing staff member and you're going to say, hey, Wendy, do you want to shift from doing evenings to doing weekends? Ask them first. If they want to do that shift, then you hire behind them. You hire them for the original position that they're working for. And you want to give first dib to your current employee. Always, always. That's loyalty. That's trust. That's relationship building. So, but I'd say job type, put down the actual shift you want. About us, you are selling your business to the potential employee, to the candidate who's going to be applying for this position. This is where you sell yourself. This has a simple one sentence, lots of commas. I mean, you could do that, or you could do a couple sentences, or you could do a short paragraph with like 3 sentences. I see some organizations, it's like 2, 3 paragraphs. That's too much. That's too much. Put the important stuff down. Hey, we're a locally owned convenience store, and we have amazing customers in our neighborhood, and we would like you to be part of our amazing organization. Like, make it good. You're selling. This is where you're selling. You're not, this has nothing to do with their skills or what they're bringing to the table. This is you selling your business, right? Role summary. The role summary is more selling. You are now explaining the role in a little more detail. The convenience store clerk is responsible for delivering excellent customer service, accurate processing transactions, right? Like, it doesn't get into the nitty gritty or the dirt of the role, right? It gets into general, but you're still trying to sell the role. You're trying to put your best foot forward. You're trying to avoid certain sayings. This is a fast-paced role. Fast-paced is like a red flag for me. It means that you don't have enough employees and everyone's just working mad, right? That's what fast-paced means. No organization should be fast-paced. We talk about delivering excellent customer service here. We talk about accurate processing transactions. It lets you know that there's going to be some learning and there's going to be some hard work. I mean, when I used to work retail, it was always a challenge to learn that new till or that new computer system, that whatever that point of sale system that I'm using. It's always a challenge, but you try to, try to represent it so it's not some dark and gloomy thing. But this is pretty straightforward. The wording in these sections aren't exactly what I think you should do. This was the sample I created, right? Now we go into key responsibilities. This is still just a plain old list of things you're going to be doing. And these are, the top 10 things from the job description you created, and you're putting them in here. And like, these are the things you're doing. This is the more nitty gritty specific. This is where you might say, oh, we use a specific program. We use XYZ program for our cash register. Try to keep this list one sentence, one line. You don't want multiple paragraphs in this section. You want them to be easy read as much as possible. You definitely want this section of key responsibilities to be very detailed, but short sentences. So work that out. The next section, the required qualifications. This is what you're looking for. These are the things that the employee, the potential employee, the candidate needs to have. If I was writing a cover letter to you for this position, I would mention all this stuff in my cover letter. Must-haves. These are the no-goes. If they don't have these education or skills, they don't get hired. Just, no, you don't. I mean, you might be in a situation where you only get like a couple people apply, and maybe you're taking the one with the most must-haves checked off. But if you get 150 applications, you are certainly using this as part of your first cut, right? So the must-haves are going to have, if you have education component, must have a degree, or must have high school, or must have the server license so you can serve beer and stuff like that, right? If you need that sort of thing, that's going to have to be in there. Additionally, you might want to be listing safety tickets, especially if you're a construction company or something like that. These are going to have to be listed in here. These are must-haves, absolutely. The nice to haves are the asset sort of things. A little bit more experience maybe using a certain point of sale program, and other types of things that would help you train this new employee. They've stocked shelves before at a different place, so they kind of know the routine. It's going to be easier for you to train that person. If you've got a lot of resumes, right, you split them down for the must-haves first, and then if you still have a lot, then you go to the nice-to-haves and you pull out all the ones that have more of the nice-to-haves, and then that helps you cut down when you're hiring. But you want to keep these two sections kind of simple. You're not going to put in 14,000 things here that are must-haves. Must-haves, like 3 to 5. Nice-to-haves, also 3 to 5s. Now, depending on the job you're hiring for, you might put a bunch of commas in some of these sentences. Must have experience using this program, and this program, and that program, right? Like, you kind of put them all together. So the next section is compensation and benefits. So you are putting in your pay range. In previous videos, we've created your pay grid. You know what your pay range is. And you can put it based on experience, so the most experienced person gets more money, right? Obviously. And if you've got flexible scheduling or these other sorts of things, employee discount on store products, right? You put that in there. If you did decide to start offering benefits right off the get-go, maybe you can afford it, you would list it here. Health and benefits plan. You don't even have to say how much it is. If it's still just the 25 to 50% coverage plan, I mean, that's still better than nothing. You put it here, but then you don't say that. I mean, you'll find that you let them know during the interview, hey, just want to let you know that the benefits plan is only 50% right now, but I pay 100% of the premiums, right? Like that's, so you could say, oh, you don't want to confuse people. Just say there's a benefits plan, whether you as the employer are paying 100% or they're paying part of it. They can find out later, part of the interview process. And application instructions, these are important, and some organizations that get a lot of bad applications, this is where you can kind of catch people who don't want to follow the rules properly. Please submit your resume to this email address. If they send it to anyone else in your organization or the general email box, then they didn't follow the instructions properly, and you kind of caught them in a situation where they're not following instructions. It's sneaky. You can say whether the applications will be reviewed on a rolling basis. Maybe you just want to get lots of applications in, but you want to hire the first person that you feel is good. Or you can say, we're accepting applications until such and such date. And then if you're chosen for an interview, we'll let you know within a week of past that date or something like that, right? Try to let them know about the process so people don't feel ghosted or don't feel left out or forgotten, right? You want to kind of give them what your process is, how you're doing it. Just give them like the next step here, right? If you apply and you're accepted, then we'll contact you. If you have questions, put it in the comments, or better yet, join my 123 HR community and we can chat more over there. That's a great place to chat, and you'll hear from other business owners just like you when you're there. And also, right, I mentioned this is part of my ebook, which is called Hire Right the First Time Toolkit, and you'll be able to find the link for it in the description. And you don't have to listen to me. The ebook just step by step, easy peasy. The next video should be the start of Unit 2 as we start to actually advertise your job ad and start searching for your new employee. We'll go through that process all in Unit 2. Okay, bye.